The biggest group penalized by this bill is going to be teachers in the state of Michigan. And the hardest hit of that group are going to be young teachers. Now, I don't know how long it's been since many of you have been in the public schools, but last night I was. I was there for the Donnelly Elementary School Spring Sing. And I saw all these teachers who were there on their own time, after hours, many of whom even printed some of the music sheets at their own expense. No one goes into teaching because it's lucrative. In fact, I would submit the #1 reason that people go into teaching, at least it was the reason of my mother, my grandmother, and my brother, is because they love kids. I'm willing to bet that many of you, when you look back on your lives, there are people in your lives that made a difference. Hopefully it was your parents, and in many of your cases, I bet there was a teacher along the way. Mine was a teacher named Sylvia Bowie in the 2nd grade. It was a year of tremendous change in my young life, and Sylvia Bowie was the one who really helped me learn a love of reading and writing and helped me when I struggled. And she's the one that I look back on over my educational career that really made a difference. I'm willing to bet many of you have a similar story. This bill disproportionately hurts young teachers who, aside from parents and grandparents and the people raising kids in Michigan, are the most important people in their daily lives. And I heard Governor Snyder defend the $250,000 price tag for his budget director by saying you get what you pay for. Well, isn't that true for the most important people to our kids' success as well? Why is that rationale sufficient for the governor spending taxpayer dollars, $250,000 a year for the budget director, and not true for the people who are working every day to help our kids? Now, we conducted a number of town halls across the state of Michigan. And at one in East Lansing, one of the teachers got up, teary-eyed, and asked about this bill. And she said, "I'm a young teacher. I haven't been in the system very long. But when I add up my rent, my food, my student loans, and this now, paying a disproportionate share, I'm not going to be able to make it." Many of these teachers incurred a great amount of debt to go into the profession they love to help kids. These are the same people who often use their own resources to supplement cuts that we've imposed on the classroom. This bill is arbitrary. It's an arbitrary threshold that disproportionately hits young teachers and takes local control away in a manner that won't necessarily promote good decision making and certainly not good public policy when it comes to our kids. And for these reasons, I oppose this bill, and I ask that you do as well, and I ask this be printed as my no vote explanation.